Weird time, weird day. I know. Hey, up YouTube. Welcome back to a new video. I've changed the days of the YouTube. The time will resume back to normal evenings. It's just I'm currently on it's my holiday sort of time at the moment. So having it in the early morning because I'm going to Sheffield this evening. But I've just been on holiday for the last 3.5 weeks or something. That's why there's been no uploads. Apologies for that. It's just I wanted a holiday, pretty much. So I am back with the twice weekly content now. And in today's video, we're doing something which I do every single time it's the end of the transfer windows and go through your best, some more winter transfers. This time it's summer. Starting off with the Premier League with Arsenal. I've gone with Ben White. White is well known as a ball-playing centre-back with a good technical ability and was also praised by former manager Michael Flynn for his tough tackling style. White can also play as a defensive midfielder or as a right-back. White describes his own style as cool and calm player. White is also known for his surging forward runs with the ball, helping create quick counter-attacks from deep. Aston Villa, I'm going to go with Emiliano Buendia. Buendia is a right-footed winger who likes to be involved in the throes of a game. He is a tenacious player who loves battling and scrapping and is never afraid of receiving or handing out a tackle. Primarily, Buendia has found himself on the right wing. However, is comfortable as a number 10 or as a left-sided inverted stroke inside winger. Personally, I think that Villa would play Buendia off the left. This is because he naturally drifts inside and would open space for a fullback to advance. As well as this, Dean Smith likes his players to use their technical ability to play combinations and draw players onto them before bursting away or finding a pass into space. This is something Buendia can do well, and I think is a great replacement for Jack Grealish. For Brentford, I've gone with Christopher Adja. Initially a central midfield player, Christopher Adja was one of the better defenders in the Scottish game. He has shown his quality in European games as well, so his level is high at such a young age of 23. Predominantly a central defender now, the Norway international is capable of operating as a right back as well. In terms of attributes, Adja is one of those modern day defenders who is comfortable with the ball at its feet. He can start attacks from the back, either with incisive passives or with the ability to carry the ball from defence into midfield to open the game up. Defensively, he is a fantastic reader of the game to make interceptions and tackles. He is physically and aerially strong, making him a favourite to win aerial duels, and also be a threat from set pieces. Brighton and Hove Albion have gone with Enoch Mwepu. The Zambian is combative and assertive throughout the middle of the park and is a player who is so good at winning the ball back off opponents, but he has been nicknamed the computer for his ability to read the game. His 6'1" stature has seen comparisons drawn between him and Manchester City legend Yaya Toure by one of his former coaches. For Burnley, I've gone with Maxwell Cornet. Maxwell Cornet is fast, very fast, which gives defenders enough problems. But then he slips in a brilliant pass or back heel, finds an open teammate, and you're left scratching your head because he appears indispensable. Like any self-respecting winger whose primary asset is his speed, Cornet can also be found shredding opposing defenders. He is capable of stopping on a dime and losing defenders no matter the situation. Whether that requires numerous stepovers or a ball tapped down the line that he then wins the race to. Cornet can get around obstacles with a variety of weapons. That keeps defenders honest as they can't key in one specific go-to skill set, since he has so many at his disposal. He nurses this advantage for all it's worth, mixing it up with his one-on-one strategies in each encounter. He's particularly dangerous near the touchline. Just when the defenders think he can only cut back inside, he somehow squirts around them, tight roping the touchline and is deeper into the box, with the defender playing catch-up. When it comes to scoring goals, he is also an intelligent runner and a smooth finisher. He knows when to break, especially in a give and go. And once he is face to face with a goalie, the world is his oyster. He can be seen dribbling around the goalie, chipping him, drilling it into the 5-hole, or coolly curling it around the last man. Chelsea, it's got to be Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku is a left-footed player who in 2014 was named by The Guardian as one of the 10 most promising young players in Europe. A large and physically powerful striker from an early age with an eye for goal, Lukaku has been known to use his physicality to get around defenders. However, despite his size, strength, physical build and ability to hold up play with his back to goal, his favoured role is not as a target man in the centre, but as an out-and-out striker or poacher. Due to his tactical versatility, he is also capable of playing as a winger. A well-rounded forward who is also strong in the air. Beyond his physical qualities and goal-scoring ability, he possesses pace, athleticism, awareness, good link-up play, technical attributes and vision, as well as an ability to get into good attacking positions or create space for teammates with his intelligent runs off the ball. Although he was once criticised by pundits for his limited defensive contribution, he has since been praised by his managers for his work rate off the ball. Crystal Palace are gone for Mark Guehi. Although Guehi has limited experience of top-flight football, the centre-back already gave proof of the stubborn resistance he could offer at the back when he played for Swansea City. Guehi can provide that extra width with his muscular tackles and has his ability to regain possession with his speed and technical play. The former Chelsea player can cut the flow of the opposition attack with his sliding interceptions and has the ability to make timely clearances from inside the box. Guehi is a swift mover at the wings and has showcased solid defensive play with some brilliant blocks. The area strategy revolves around attacking play and tactical craft, which would also be advantageous for the youngster. Crystal Palace owner Steve Parish recently stated that the young centre-back is an exciting talent and would be a valuable addition. Guehi recently stated that playing for Chelsea for a short period of time helped him fine-tune his skills and helped him in his development. Guehi helped Swansea City reach the playoffs twice on the back of some impressive displays at the back line. Guehi's collusion with defender Patrick Van Aanholt would be crucial to replace the seasoned Gary Cahill. Everton are gone with Demarai Gray. Gray is a typical winger with pace to burn and appreciable work rate. Like all good wingers, Gray has nimble feet and excellent balance, which allows him to dribble way past multiple opponents. He's very direct with his running and tries to get into the final third as soon as possible, and is blessed with the pace and ability to do so. Gray is a type of player similar to Raheem Sterling and Nathan Redmond. When he plays on the left flank, Gray cuts in as an inside forward. He is a very composed finisher, which does not actually reflect in his meagre return for goals, although he's scored already twice for Everton. A very striking feature of his play is that he is willing to commit himself to defensive duties and tracks back wonderfully well when his team does not have the ball. Leeds United, I've gone with Daniel James. The most notable aspect of James's game is his ability, explosiveness and speed. He is among the fastest players in the Premier League and moves with a ball at breakneck speed. He is, however, more of a runner with the ball than a dribbler. In order to beat his opponents, he pushes the ball past them and uses his pace to burst into space, rather than using intricate dribbling to outfox a defender. When running at pace, he varies his use of short and long touches superbly. He draws opponents in by moving the ball quickly with short touches, and then has the awareness to spot an opportunity to push the ball forward with a longer touch. He is intelligent in how he moves the ball past opponents. Once he has done so, he uses his body cleverly, getting his hips between the opponent and the ball as quickly as possible so he can retain possession or draw a foul. He is also capable of changing direction to evade opponents at high speed and varies between short and long touches to find gaps through which he can run. He does so extremely effectively, even when running at full speed, which for James really is very fast. His play in tighter areas is becoming more consistent, and when receiving defeat, is the ability to stop the ball dead and shift it away from an opponent before accelerating past them. He does so by dropping his shoulder to disguise his next move. It helps that he is comfortable attacking on both his left and right feet, so defenders can't try and show him towards a less favourable side. Elaborate dribbling isn't as much of a strength, but he is improving and will continue to do so as he encounters more high-quality opposition in the Premier League. When receiving a pass, James likes to let the ball run across his body, allowing himself the option of exploding forwards with his first touch. Doing so can present the chance to make a quick and sudden progress up the pitch, although not if his direct opponent anticipates what he is trying to do and run back towards their own goal rather than committing to a challenge. James also uses his impressive change of pace to create himself space to cross, shifting the ball to one side and attempting to put it in. When playing from the left, he tends to check back onto his right before crossing to the back post. When he plays from right, he focuses on the space between defence and goalkeeper. Leicester City, I've gone with Patson Daka. There are several key and striking components to Patson Daka's style. The first are his speed and agility. Over short distances, Daka's acceleration can be devastating, tearing past seemingly flat-footed defenders with an air of grace in his long strides. Daka has a set of very distinctive physical attributes, and his accelerative prowess is just one among a plentiful repertoire. As with players who are typically fast and mobile, Daka is also very athletic, bordering on acrobatic at times. Daka is smart in how he uses his athleticism to his advantage. It makes him a very adept poacher, pouncing on loose balls, or reacting quicker than anyone in congested areas. In doing so, he is capable of creating something for himself out of nothing. When he has more time on his hands, particularly going through on goal, Daka is at his very best. He has tremendous knowledge of when to time his diagonal runs across defenders and latch onto a through ball. Once he has taken the pass in his stride, it is game over for his opponent. He is no slouch when opportunity arises to bear down one-on-one with a goalkeeper. In all competitions last season, the Zambian international has scored 34 times, 27 of which have been in the Austrian Bundesliga. His finishing is of a great standard. It is often instinctive, his athleticism helping him swing a leg at awkwardly bouncing balls, whereas many of his counterparts would scoff. Daka has three main types of finishes. Firstly, a burst of acceleration creates a sizable separation, which he then finishes in a composed manner. Second is the acrobatic, scruffy-looking finish, where he manages to get enough contact on the ball in or around the 6-yard box. Third is the simplest and most commonly returning strike of his goal-scoring set menu. It comes when Daka finds himself in the middle of the box, supported by a midfield runner or a strike partner out wide, who cuts it back or across for the Zambian to dispatch at close range. The finish itself is a foregone conclusion. He's a good ball striker, crucially with both feet, and connects well with his shots. Liverpool, well, they've not made many transfers, have they? So you have to go with Ibrahima Konate. Konate has been compared to Virgil van Dijk due to his positional play, tackling, pace, and strength. Guido Schaffer said that he is tall, fast, good technique, and he is a little bit of Virgil van Dijk. He has very high class potential. He is a great athlete. He has good speed, and there are no silly tackles. He is an intelligent player. Konate is also known for his passing and strength in the air. Manchester City, I've gone with Jack Grealish. Grealish plays as a winger or attacking midfielder and has been noted for his ability to run and dribble past defenders. Brian Jones, Aston Villa's former academy director, likened his ability or his playing style rather to that of Nottingham Forest legend John Robertson, citing his ability to just ghost past people. As a consequence of his nimble movement, Grealish has notably been on the receiving end of heavier, more physical challenges from opposing players. In the 2014 match for Aston Villa against Hull City at Villa Park, a number of fouls committed against Grealish resulted in 3 Hull players receiving yellow cards within just a 15-minute period. Grealish wears child-sized shin pads whilst playing in order to maintain his ability to control the ball effectively. Oh yeah, as if I believe that. But on the 12th of February 2021, in an interview with TalkSport, Aston Villa teammate Emiliano Martinez described Grealish as the most talented player he had ever seen, and expressed surprise that he had not played more games for England. Martinez went on to say, "He never gives the ball away. When I see Grealish running, it's always a shot on target or a corner for us. He will drive past 2 or 3 players." Martinez also drew comparisons of Grealish to his Argentina teammate Lionel Messi. Doesn't mean that they shouldn't have gone after Lionel Messi, by the way. Manchester United are gone with Jadon Sancho, only because they needed a winger over centre forward and have been after him for ages, is the only reason I've not really chosen Ronaldo. Sancho can function as a second striker or wide midfielder, typically in a 4-2-3-1 formation on either wing of the attack. Regarded as a highly technical, creative player, Sancho is known for his trickery at pace and use of feints in one-on-one situations, and has been described as one of the world's best young players. Newcastle United have gone for Joe Willock. Well, that's the only one they've signed, right? Despite his tender age, Willock already has 54 Premier League appearances to his name. It is a testament to his maturity, positional versatility, having played deepest in midfield, behind the centre forward, in a traditional box-to-box role, and even off the right wing in a 3-4-3 formation, and technical quality. He is neat and tidy in possession, without ever being especially creative, and carries the ball powerfully and directly, oftentimes moving a possession 30-plus yards up the pitch, with lung-busting dribbles into open space. Bruce will be most looking forward to utilising Willock's mobility and athleticism. Willock is a hard-running midfielder who tirelessly bounds up and down the pitch. He presses hard out of possession, is not afraid to run beyond the centre forward when without the ball, and consistently shows to receive the ball in advanced areas. Norwich City have gone with Milot Rashica. Rashica loves to go into dribbling and 1v1 situations. His dribbling is useful for progressing the ball from the middle third to the final third, or moving the ball into the box, and this can be seen as he has completed 2.2 dribbles per 90 minutes in the current Bundesliga or last Bundesliga season. To get past the opponent's defenders, Rashica's biggest weapon, besides his technical ability, is his extraordinarily high speed. With centre-backs not as pacey as full-backs, it makes defenders unable to handle Rashica. This is why more than 68% of his dribbles are successful. Rashica's shooting ability from both wider positions without and within the box suggests that he can play the role of a wide forward or an inside forward very well. So his movement is often the same, but because of his ability to shoot particularly well with both feet, it is still difficult to predict his next move. Another factor for Rashica's unpredictable playing style is that his long-range shooting ability is exceptionally good as well. That is why he can easily shoot a goal from a very wide position, approximately 20 to 30 metres in front of the opposition's goal. His overall finishing ability is very impressive, as seen as he has overperformed his expected goals rate by more than 3 goals in the past 2 seasons. The statistics show that he is finishing more chances than would be statistically be expected. Therefore, in 2019-20, he scored 11 goals and 12 goals the season before that. But he is not just a finisher though, he creates a lot of assists as well. When surrounded by defenders, he still has the composure to play an interface pass to a freestanding teammate. In this way, Rashica is able to assist another goal. Rashica has an expected assist rate of 0.12 per 90 minutes and creates 1.8 key passes per 90 minutes. All in all, Rashica contributed 11 assists during the 2018 and 2019-20 seasons. Southampton are gone with Adam Armstrong. Armstrong is a central striker, but thanks to his 5'6" frame and low centre of gravity, he can play out wide or in a deeper role too. His finishing ability is his main strength, and he loves to use his pace to play off the shoulder and get in behind defenders. He can also play with a partner and thrives with players around him to link up with, and who also supply him with the service he needs. He is so dynamic and can really impact the intensity of his team's play, but he needs to be in a team which creates plenty of chances and plays attacking football. Although his pace makes him a good player for a counter-attacking team, as a main striker, he won't win many aerial duels if he is isolated. Mowbray said he's a boy really, but his explosive pace at the top end of the pitch allows you to play both ways, to not be overly concerned if you're pinned back around the edge of your box, because one pass releases pressure to someone to play the pass that he can hit, just leaving it in the space with the speed and dynamic movement of Armstrong. It's a devastating effect for the team. For Tottenham Hotspur, I've gone with Brian Gill, or Gill, I don't know how you pronounce that bit. Brian is one of those rare wingers who plays on his stronger side, i.e. he is a left-footed player who predominantly features on the left flank. Thus, he usually tends to stay wide and go on the outside of the opposing fullbacks before crossing. He was in the 98th percentile among all attacking midfielders and wingers from across Europe's top 5 leagues for crosses over the last year. This is a trait that is rarely seen in top-level football today, with most wingers tending to be inverted and therefore cutting in field and coming into central areas rather than staying out wide. In addition to his tendency to cross, the 20-year-old is also prolific and excellent dribbler. He was in the 90th percentile for attempted dribbles and the 89th percentile for completed dribbles across Europe's top 5 leagues in last year. This shows just how direct a player he is, and allied with his tendency to stay out wide means that Spurs will be able to stretch the opposition through his positioning. Brian also tends to run in behind the defensive line whenever space opens up, and he is quite fast over both short and long distances, with a quick change of pace, all of which adds to his dribbling ability as well. Brian is not completely one-dimensional though. He does drift in field into the left half space at times to create space on the overlap for his fullback. This could work well with Spurs, with the attack-minded Sergio Reguilon, I think he's still at the club, expected to be the first choice left back. But Brian will certainly look to hug the touchline himself on most occasions. Watford, I've gone with Imran Loser. He's not an actual loser, that's just his surname. Imran is a central midfielder, a true number 8. He played in a double pivot last season with a CDM next to him. He's a modern midfielder who can press, tackle and break the lines. He's 22 years old, but he plays with a lot of confidence because he is very technical. He can move, control, pass, run. He has great stamina too. He is smart and has good vision on the pitch. Imran can play any role in midfield, winger too. He is not injury prone and plays every game. West Ham United are going with Kurt Zuma. A November 2013 report by 442 noted Zuma's strength, reading of the game and aerial presence. In January 2014, Zuma was named by The Observer as one of the 10 most promising young players in Europe. The newspaper wrote, "Blessed with exceptional power and technique, Zuma is also coveted by many for his leadership qualities." Match of the Day pundit Danny Murphy linked Zuma to Marcel Desailly. Murphy also noted Zuma's reliability and confidence against strong opponents, in addition to his pace. Ryan Shawcross called Zuma the ultimate defender for his speed, jump, passing, shooting and tackling, and said that Tottenham Hotspur's Toby Alderweireld was the only defender on his level. I disagree with that last statement, to be fair. Wolverhampton Wanderers Ryan 8 Nouri. 8 Nouri is 179 centimetres tall and weighs 70 kilograms. He's an agile player with good speed. He possesses excellent ball control and dribbling skills, which have been evidenced since youth level. His dribbling numbers are very good, just what is needed for the modern day attacking fullbacks or wingbacks. He attempts 2.81 dribbles per 90, succeeding 60% of the time. This equals 1.68 per 90. He prefers his left foot, with which he is able to complete an impressive 0.9 crosses per 90. This is triple the average for his role, with outstanding accuracy of 31.9%. His passing has been quite consistent so far. His accuracy has been above average, especially in the opposing half at 75.4%. Defensively, across all seasons, his tackle success ratio has been 75%. This comes from a strong 19-20 campaign in League One, when he did 75.9%. While in the 2021 season, he struggled in his initial games at Wolves, but has steadily been improving throughout the season, leading to his current rate of 71.4%. His recoveries have been above average both in France and England at 6.02. Aerially, his stats are comparable to those of an average fullback. Again, Nouri has displayed very solid numbers in League One, with 72% aerial duels won. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please do subscribe. Coming on here, there'll be a lot more content coming up now in the next few weeks. And furthermore, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I should have included Ronaldo instead of Sancho? Let me know. But it's goodbye for now.